A prison escape so real the director only cast non-actors. A war film so brutal it got banned in multiple countries. And somehow, Clint Eastwood's most legendary Western got 0 Oscar nominations. These 10 films weren't just snubbed, they were flat-out robbed. Al Pacino and Robert De Niro go head-to-head in this crime epic about a detective chasing a master thief. It's known for its intense shootouts and layered characters, with Michael Mann refusing to call it a crime film at all. To me, Heat was always a highly structured, realistic, symphonic drama. Mann recently released a sequel novel, and rumors are flying about a new movie. When spaghetti westerns first hit, critics didn't take them seriously. American westerns were the gold standard, and guys like Sergio Leone and Sergio Corbucci were brushed off. But that changed fast. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly was completely ignored by the Academy, but it's now one of the most celebrated westerns ever made. Eastwood's performance was ice-cold perfection, and Leone always saw something special in him. Before Parasite, Bong Joon-ho made Memories of Murder, a crime thriller based on South Korea's first known serial killings. Two detectives are hunting a killer, but the deeper they go, the more they realize the entire system is working against them. The film became a global sensation, and Bong made it clear. This wasn't just about one criminal. The more I researched the case, the more I came to feel that the general social-political situation of that time was as much to blame as any individual. Ron Howard's Rush dives into the intense rivalry between two Formula One legends. Their battles on the track defined racing in the 1970s, leading up to near-fatal crash. Chris Hemsworth and Daniel Bruhl both bring their A-game, and Hans Zimmer's score adds to the adrenaline. Howard saw it as more than just a racing movie. I felt like it was a survival story, and a story of evolution, he said. Both guys have a burning need beyond the spotlight, but they're not thinking about the price. Groundhog Day didn't invent time loops, but it definitely made them a thing. Bill Murray plays a bitter weatherman trapped in the same day over and over until he figures himself out. It's a comedy classic now, but back in '93, it didn't even get a Best Picture nod. Meanwhile, The Fugitive did. Director Harold Ramis loved how Murray balanced his rough edges with his more heartfelt side. There's a nasty side of Bill that he wasn't afraid to show in this film, he said. A slow, quiet film about an elderly couple visiting their grown kids in Tokyo. Nothing big happens, just life, and the way time changes relationships. It's now considered one of the greatest films ever made, with unique editing choices. The director always said the film was about more than just one family. Through the growth of both parents and children, I wanted to show how the Japanese family system was starting to come apart, he explained. This one is a tense, stripped-down prison escape film based on a true story. A French resistance fighter is captured by the Germans, quietly planning his way out. The director had a unique way of working. He didn't use professional actors, and he avoided flashy camera work. Roger Ebert wrote, "Watching a film like this is like a lesson in the cinema. I can't think of a single unnecessary shot in it." After building his career on westerns, Sergio Leone turned to the crime genre and made this epic about Jewish gangsters in New York. Robert De Niro and James Woods lead the cast in a story that spans decades. The film had a rough start in the US. Distributors cut it down to 2.5 hours, stripping out key scenes and leaving audiences underwhelmed. But when Leone's original, much longer version was finally released, it was a different story. Critics raved, and it quickly became one of the great gangster films. The Dark Knight was a massive hit, earning 8 Oscar nominations and winning for Heath Ledger's unforgettable Joker. But when the sequel arrived 4 years later, the Academy ignored it completely. No nominations, no wins, despite standout performances from Christian Bale and Tom Hardy, and Nolan delivering a massive finale to his Batman trilogy. One of Kubrick's earliest masterpieces, the film follows Kirk Douglas as a French officer caught in a hopeless mission during World War I. It's not as flashy as 2001 or as satirical as Dr. Strangelove, but its simple, striking storytelling has made it one of Kubrick's most powerful films. Douglas and Kubrick got along well, though their relationship had its moments. He was such a talent, but very difficult and troubled. Sometimes he confided in me, Douglas said. At one point, he even suggested they see a psychiatrist together.